Are you a high school student looking to stand out amongst the very thick college application competition? Or are you a recent graduate looking for an engaging internship in a certain industry? Or are you someone who is looking or will be looking for a new job or career opportunity? If you said yes to any of these questions, then you better be on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a social networking platform that focuses on business, employment, and professional connections. Over 90% of recruiters use LinkedIn as part of their hiring process, and college admission officers also report viewing applicant profiles. But even if you're not looking for an opportunity right at this moment, it's always good to have an updated LinkedIn profile out there to be discovered, because you never know who might stumble upon your profile and reach out to you with an interesting opportunity. So in this video, I'll be doing a LinkedIn tutorial on how to use LinkedIn for beginners, and I'll be sharing some of my tips on how to make a good LinkedIn profile. But first, hi, my name is Heather, and I'm documenting my entrepreneurial journey and helping people share their stories and spark their potential by creating new media. If you want to follow me on my journey, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to break down this video into 5 parts. First, have a complete profile. Go on LinkedIn, create an account, and actually try filling out the sections. Obviously, you want to have a picture because people want to know that they're talking to a real person. Your headline should be a one-liner that describes both your career and the type of opportunities that you're looking for. Your summary is the first section that people are going to see when they click on your profile. I like to add a little more background and personality in this section and authentically describe not only my career, but my career goals. Then of course, there's your job experience, your education, your certificates, your organizations, volunteering, awards, courses, classes that you've taken, really any other career highlights that you can include. Make sure to put it on your LinkedIn profile. Now, as you're filling out your profile, you want to ask yourself these questions. Not only like, what did you do in the positions that you've had, but try to think of things that you're proud of, and try to think of things where you provided value that maybe someone else in that same position couldn't necessarily provide. It's because of your unique skill set, your unique experience, your unique perspective. How did you do something different in that position? And after you go through your LinkedIn profile and you think it's looking pretty blank and you want more content to put on there, try asking your supervisor, try asking your boss. Even if you're like volunteering, ask your volunteer supervisor and get feedback from them. Ask them for feedback on how you've stood out as a student, a member, an employee, whatever positions you've been in. Number 2, think of LinkedIn as a search engine. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I preach about how YouTube is a search engine. And when you realize that, the way that you create content for the platform starts to shift. It's the same for LinkedIn. When people come to LinkedIn, especially the people who have opportunities, they're already looking for something in particular, whether that's a skill set or a person who has this experience, whatever. And you want to make sure to try to put yourself in the position of the person that you want to search for you. And then think of what would they type in to get to you. Put those keywords on your profile. And if you're not sure about what keywords to use, try typing a few into LinkedIn and see what populates. The thing that you're looking for is relevancy. You want to make sure that your profile is relevant to the keywords that these people are using when they're searching on LinkedIn. Scope out the competition, check out other people's profiles and see what words they're using. And then think about what can you add to your profile to make sure that you stand out. 3, recommendations and endorsements. Yes, LinkedIn is basically an online resume, but the one-up that LinkedIn has over resume is that you can create social proof. It's one thing to say on your application that, you're the best person at your job, or you did this incredible thing or whatever, but it's a completely different thing if your supervisor or your coworker or your colleague or someone else can vouch for the value that you provided to that position. And if you think that you don't have any people that you can ask for endorsements or recommendations, try creating those opportunities now so that you can ask for them in the future. Also, one way that I got a lot of the recommendations on my profile is that I wrote recommendations for people and then asked for one in return. Oftentimes, people are very willing to write you a recommendation, but they just don't want to spend the time to do it. So when I would ask for people to write me a recommendation, I would try to give them ideas to write, like, hey, you could talk about that experience where we worked together on that project, or remember that time we volunteered together at that event. That way you're making it as easy as possible for somebody to help you. Number 4, do not wait. If you go through your profile and you see that it's looking kind of empty And say you've been at the same position for a couple of years and you're thinking that maybe it's empty because you've been kind of doing the same thing for a couple of years and there's really not that much to talk about. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Go seek them out. Your boss doesn't have to tell you to go volunteer at a local nonprofit. Your boss doesn't have to tell you to get involved with an opportunity outside of work. And just because it's not necessarily work related doesn't mean that it can't showcase your skill set and your initiative and your willingness and your drive that would make you stand out from the rest. Also, you might already either be involved in a million things or you have a lot of things that you're listing, but you want to kind of enhance your profile or make it just look different from the rest, which is where you can create new media to showcase those stories of the text that you've included on your profile. LinkedIn has really evolved. You can add pretty much any kind of media. That includes photo, video, graphics, PDF, presentations. Pretty much any media could be uploaded to your profile. And to me, if someone's already discovered your profile and they're looking through it, it doesn't hurt to have more and more content that validates and justifies everything that you're saying in like an application or letter or whatever. And lastly, 5, be active. Again, LinkedIn has really evolved where it's now very status heavy. There's people who post on LinkedIn multiple times a day, and you can also publish blog posts that include media and all of that. If you really want to build genuine connections, find potential opportunities, or be known for something in a particular industry, then you want to be active on the LinkedIn platform. Create social proof by contributing to conversations that are going on LinkedIn, whether that's commenting on things that you see in your newsfeed, or creating your own media and sharing it, or even curating media, like resharing what other people are posting. Even if it's just once a week, because you never know when someone's gonna stumble upon your profile. Say someone discovers your profile a month from now. You'll have 4 posts on your LinkedIn profile that wouldn't have been there otherwise. Everyone's gonna have an application and everyone's gonna have a resume. Thankfully, LinkedIn now has the credibility and the reputation of being a professional networking platform. So yes, your LinkedIn profile could just be an online resume, but you have all these tools where you can create, curate, and demonstrate social proof of who you are, what you're capable of, and what you could contribute to a particular industry. The only way that's gonna happen is if your LinkedIn profile is updated, it's fresh, it's complete, and you stay active on the platform. So give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. If you want to check out my LinkedIn profile, I'll leave a link in the description underneath this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to share them in the comments. This is Heather. Share Spark. Share your story, spark your potential. Catch you guys later.